So in previous video, we learned how we can create main method and how we can run. In further, I'm going to explain how we can store this information into one file. So let us see. I'm going to here specify public void, again public void store file method, store file method. This is just a method. Now I am going to use here file writer. For that, I already used or imported this library java.io. This is very important library for file writer method. So before writer method, you should throw the user defined exception. For that purpose, I am going to use here try catch is very simple user defined exception methods, or we can say it is not very user defined. We can say it is error handling method, system.out.println e for the error handling. So let us see inside this try how we can create file writer in is equal to new file writer. You have to specify the basically location of that file, or you can say that info. If you are not giving that part, you can just put file name here, but it will create in the system default. But in my case, I am going to use here desktop location file which I already created. So just I'm putting the full path. Always remember, you should give the full path for info.txt while you are giving different file for that purpose. If you are going to use the same file inside your project, or you are going to create, you can just put that name also, file name. After that, I want to put that part in dot write. What I'm going to write is here is first name, because there is nothing mentioned that is first name or something. So similarly, I am putting here first name here, then in dot, I'm not going to write it again, I'm going to append it. So I'm going to append it here only. Last name, okay, you can put here slash n always, huh? Remember slash n, this dot l name, again in dot append. Similarly, I'm going to put everything here now, email, everything. So similarly, like that, you can put everything, email, then in dot append password. Ideally, you should not store any password, but I'm considering this as a database, so I'm putting this as in email dot password also. Then in dot append slash n capacity, again capacity plus this dot, what is the name is, mail capacity, in dot append alternate mail. Alternate mail plus, oh wait a minute, plus this dot alternate mail, alternate email, what is the alternate email. That's it. Now I'm going to close this. Always remember, this is best practice to close everything, and just printing system dot out dot println data stored. That's it. Now this is for storing. We need to create for reading part also. Similarly, reading file method public void. It should not be public, but for system convenience, I'm going to use here this part, read file. Similarly, you are going to use try catch here for exception handling, exception e. system.out.println e. Inside this, you are going to handle it. Here I am going to use file reader method java.io. You can use input stream. These are very efficient thing. Here output stream, input stream, it will serialize it, deserialize it. These are very helpful, but due to time constraint and also there is no need to put everything. I'm just going to use this. So file name as mentioned in this store file, I'm going to copy this part in the code also and just paste it to avoid the time constraint. And then just I'm creating file entire because it will loop through the characters and entire, so it is very difficult to understand, but it is very helpful while for the small part and project. Fname dot read, there is some default till that. What is that part? Till not equal to -1, which is basically not null. What it will be do, it will print system dot out dot println. In the console, what will we print? It will print character strings because it will access that in what we can say, in the integer part, but I want to print it as a character, so it will ask for character. Once this one is done, I'm going to f1 dot close. Here connection is closed and this part is done. If you want, you can put here one system dot out dot println statement, just this to give the gap. Now we are done with this, but we haven't created anything in that email main part. Okay, so as you know, for this I will extend that part. So as fifth is exist, but now fifth part is for the store data in file. Now sixth option is for display data from file, and now the seventh part is for exit. Similarly, we are going to change this in this part. Fifth part is as it is, but I'm going to change this statement to what? To store that data. em1 dot store file. Then for after break condition, case 6, em1 dot read file. Break condition again. Then case 7 is now system dot out dot println thank you for using our application. And then again break. Now we are going to change this condition also 7. So now we are done with our project part. Let's run this part and I will explain how you can create some jar file here with this Java archive file. So let's run this part. Run. So it will ask for first name James B. So new employee name is James B. I'm setting it for sales department. I will ask for the show info. So it will show info. Now you can understand each time this is different and it is not taking numbers. Now you can see it is just putting some random variables and everything. Show info. Then I want to store it into the file. Fifth, store into the file. Data stored, as you can see, it is stored into the file. If I am putting 6 display data, you can see now this is printing to this. Now you will understand why this is printing to this. So you need to change something here. So you will understand what we did mistake here is, as this is done, but before that in the choice, wait a minute, where in the store file I am printing this statement. This will create some error, so you can remove this part. And also just remove that slash n's also. It will create step by step, so it is very difficult to understand. So always never give the slash in this part. Now I will run it again and I will show you. So this is all about our application. So I will put it again, James B, sales department again. It's stored in data file. Please display that data. You can see our data is displaying. Now let us see. Wait a minute. I made one error also, print ln. Just put print here and also give slash n here to avoid that error. Slash n, slash n, slash n, slash n, and slash n. Similarly like that. Let us run it again. Now we debug with our problem. As you can see, it's printing character by character because of the print ln statement. Now I am going with print statement. James B, sales department, store into that data, display data. So as you can see, it is displaying the data, capacity and everything. So now we are done with our project, but let's see how we can create one single file, or we can say some single jar file, Java archive file for executing this part. We are already done with our project. So as I told you, we are going to create one single executing file with our project. So for this purpose, go to this file option, project structure part. You can see this first dialog box, but go to artifacts here, press add button here, jar file, and we want to create with dependencies. Module is email application. So as you put something here, it will automatically detect this part. Main class, we need to put main class. Click OK. Once it is OK, click again OK. It should be system default, don't change anything here. Then click apply and then hit enter. OK. Now the artifact is loaded, but we want to build it. So go to build here and create this build artifacts. So it will give option here, build what, rebuild, clean, edit, something. So build. So it will take time to build. As you can see in the dialog box here bottom, it is building this and it is doing. So it will take time to build as per our project requirements. Our project requirements are very less in this. So now you can see in the out and artifacts, you can see this email.jar file, email application file. So if you want to run this part, you have to edit the configuration. So go to this tab here, edit configuration part here. You will see this dialog box. Click add new button here. Then there is a huge list for this. So go to down here. Inside this you have to identify this jar application here. Click enter. You can give the name. I'm giving the name as email app. Local machine you have to put and give the jar path here. So in this jar path is always in out artifacts, and this you can see jar path. Click enter, apply. Now you can run this email app path, and as you can see, this is printing this everything. So our jar file is running. That a class we are running. Now we are running with jar file. Let's see how we can run in command prompt itself. So I am going to pause this part and I will show how we can do this in the command prompt. Is running. So let's run our jar file, java/jar, and that name of your jar file. So you can see this is running. I'm again putting this James B, then as development cell, and info. As you can see, info is printing. Similarly, like that, you can create one application. So this is very basic application we are going to use, but you can move further with that any part. Like you can create JavaFX GUI for this and anything. So let us see what we achieved in this. So as you can see, we created one part fname. So for the overview of our project, we created one random method. We use that to create email application. So we created different methods and we are used in this. So this is all about our project Java application. Thank you.